Welcome to Guru Trader video for Thursday, November the 4th, 2010. Here's the 9 market movers that we're following today. 1 new symbol, 8 follow-ups on the TSX Venture Exchange. New symbol LNE Loon Energy Corp, 14 up 8.5. All the rest are follow-ups. NTR Northern Tiger Res, Inc., 76 up 11. AVR Avion Gold Corp, 94 up 8. USA US Silver Corp, 59 up 5. TRR Trelawney Mining and Exploration Inc., 191 up 17. XEL Xcite Energy Limited, 348 up 36. And on the TSX, following up on ELR Eastern Platinum Limited, 185 up 3. BTO B2Gold Corp, 241 up 12. And lastly, on the NASDAQ small caps, URRE, following up on Uranium Resources Inc., 175 up 4. Let's take a closer look at these stocks. All right, everything's flying today on the market. Gold up over 30 bucks, silver up over $1 today. I still believe silver is undervalued relative to gold on the long-term ratio basis, and that ratio, by the way, has contracted from the high 60s to now I think it's down below 55. Just divide the price of gold divided by the price of silver, and you'll notice on up days the silver gold ratio seems to be up at a ratio of about 30, sometimes even less than that. But on down days, the silver gold will be down at a ratio of 70. So in other words, it's going up at a much faster pace than it's going down, silver that is, relative to gold. Anyway, there's 9 stocks we're following today instead of the usual 5 to 7. I got to move along at a fairly quick clip here. The only new stock to mention is LNE Loon Energy on the Venture Exchange, 14 up 8.5 cents. Almost 6 million shares traded, made a new 52-week high, broke the 14 here, trade as high as 19.5. They put out news. Loon Energy announces exploratory success in Colombia. Colombia is the right area to be in when you're exploring for oil and gas these days. So anyway, I'd look into that. I haven't looked into the release that much. I think they're spudding, and there's a farm out agreement. It's kind of complicated, and I've just started looking at it now. Personally, I don't like stocks that have gone up 154% in one day. I'd like to see this one pull back and settle down and get quiet. People start ignoring it, and then you can do your homework to find out if there's something there, and find out where the company is going forward. So anyway, that's it for that one. And now these are all follow-ups. So somebody asked, how do I find these on your tweet? Like, we tweet them and then we follow it up with a video. So when we tweet it, if you go to twitter.com/investorsguru, and if you're on Twitter, sign up. You get it on your your cell phone or your BlackBerry, your iPhone, whatever, your email, however you get your tweets, and we send these out daily, and then we'll follow them up with a video. So here's today's tweet that we sent out. And so people have asked, well, I'm having a hard time finding them. If you scroll to the bottom, the page will keep opening up, or there's a more button, and get to open them all up until you get to the very bottom, and then you can just open your browser. I'm using Chrome, so you just click here and click find, and then you can just type in a symbol. Let's start with this NTR Northern Tiger Resources, and just type that in, and it'll show one of 3. So there's 3 times that we mentioned Northern Tiger. Well, today obviously 76 up 11, and we okay, that's not that one, and we mentioned them at 56 cents on September the 13th, so not that long ago. So 56, and today 76 up 11, 5 million shares traded. So the 52-week high in the stock was 93 cents, which it did on September the 27th, shortly after we mentioned it. At 56, did I say? And it's pulled back here. Now, they had news. Northern Tiger Resources announced a significant gold discovery at their 3 Ace property in the Yukon. So this is what I noticed. I haven't read it over yet. 14.8 grams per ton gold over 10.9 meters. That looks like a nice interval, including 145 grams over 1.05 meters. So there's something to look into. Look at the 5-year chart on this. Shows this stock was under 20 cents for most 2009 and 2010. So that's a new high on the stock, that 93 cents that it made recently. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that one. And AVR Avion Gold Corp, 94 up 8, 2.4 million shares traded, $346 million company. The 52-week high was 91. It broke that today. That did that on the 26th of October. So it's been making new highs. Now keep in mind the low on this a year ago, today actually, was at 33 cents. And so this one they announced today, Avion produces 9,120 ounces in October 2010. They also mentioned, there's various news releases here, 547 ounce inferred mineral resource in Burkina Faso. So they're in Burkina Faso, West Africa. So we've been following this one for a while. And AVR, looks like we've mentioned it 6 times. April 15th at 80 cents. 74 cents on, sorry, let me go back to that last one. 74 cents on April 14th, 70 cents on March the 12th, and 65 cents on March the 3rd, and the first time we mentioned them was at 56 cents on December 29th of last year. So that's how you find out, and then if you look for any video that we might have around that, we'll probably be mentioning, what the stock's playing on or what news it's playing on at that time. So that's how you do that. So for the other ones, let's see here, US Silver Corp 59 up 5. That's another 52-week high for the stock. There's a nice build on this stock. Stuck at about 20 cents for most of the year, and then it really started moving over the summer. Now this one was as low as 15 cents on March 26th. They actually, I believe they have some actual production. It's not just pure exploratory, although there is exploration. October 19th, they announced U.S. Silver ongoing exploration drilling identifies new high-grade zones. So we've been following this one. I think we've mentioned this one a few times. Let's see here. USA shows 4 times. Okay, 59 cents, that's today's. 47 cents on October the 12th. 35 cents on September the 20th. And 24.5 cents on May the 12th. That's the first time we mentioned them. Okay, so moving on here. TRR, Trelawney Mining and Exploration Inc., 191 up 17. That's a 52-week high, which was 75. It broke that today. There's the 1-year chart on it. Kind of has these steep moves, and then it kind of settles back. And then you'll notice these patterns in stocks. So anyway, the low on this one was 43 cents on November 17th, 2009. They announced today that, October 18th was the last news release. They intersected 139 meters of 1.62 grams per ton gold at their Coat Lake deposit. And on the 8th, they announced 137 meters of 5.33 grams per ton gold at their Coat Lake deposit. And they started trading on the Frankfurt Exchange. So you might want to check our site, investorsguru.com. Type in, this one's on the Venture Exchange, so you type in v.trr into our quote box over here, and you'll get this. And if you click on the actual chart, you'll get Java charts, candlesticks, and you go into the company, financials, find out what any analysts are saying about the company, earnings estimates, historical trading, etc., to do your research. So anyway, let's see when we first mentioned TRR. Okay, 124 on March the 11th, 108 on March the 4th, 99 cents on March the 3rd, and I think that's the last time, and then 191 today. So moving on here, Trelawney, XEL. This one recently came up, looked interesting. Offshore North Sea oil off of UK. It was around $1 up on volume. Looked into it. What caught my eye was Fidelity. A lot of big names were buying the stock. Lots of warrants. And sure enough, this one has quietly ticked up, and I mean quietly. It never seems to do over 1 million shares a day, but look at the chart on the stock. Now, so I won't go into their news. You might want to read that. It's, some of it's complicated, but a lot of share warrants, share issuances, drawdowns on equity lines, stuff like that. But anyway, and this one looks like it does have actual production. But let me look into the longer term chart on this, because I don't think this company's been around that long. Yeah, so it's been around since 2008. Was at $2, went to practically nothing, and it's been building ever since. So when did we mention it? It's 348 now. XEL. We mentioned them at 348 today. We mentioned them at 166 on September the 20th. And we mentioned them at $1.14 on August 31st. So we're still keeping an eye on that one, and it's had a terrific move so far. So moving on, ELR on the TSX Eastern Platinum Limited, 185 up 3, had a nice open but kind of sold off at the end of the day here. Touched but didn't break its 52-week high, which it did yesterday. The short 3-month chart on this looks looks great, and the longer term chart does too, and on good volume. But keep in mind, this is a $1.2 billion company with 683 million shares outstanding. Now, they put out news today, update on their new order mining rights, power and water supply for Eastern Limb projects. But this one caught my eye a few days ago. Signed a mandate letter for $100 million corporate debt facility. So let's look at the longer term chart on this one. So you see the stock was up to almost $4 at one time. It's had a nice build since 2009. So moving on here. Oh, actually, I should mention. Let's see when we first mentioned ELR. Mentioned them at 163 on April the 7th, at 157 on March 17th, at 140 on March the 3rd, and on January the 18th at 140 again. And first time we mentioned them is at $1 on November 23rd of last year. And okay, BTO B2Gold Corp 241 up 12, also broke its 52-week high. I think that might even be a new high for the stock. They announced yesterday notice of their 2010 third quarter results conference call. I'd check into that. They have production. They're a junior, but they're intermediate. They actually have production with some exploration. It's worth looking into. Nice, almost 45-degree one-year chart, and we've been following this one. BTO 5 times, 86 cents on November the 4th of last year. Well, actually, let's go back here. 241 today, 233 on November the 2nd. That's a different stock. 139 on March the 10th, and 86 cents on November the 4th of last year. So, and lastly, on the NASDAQ small cap, URRE Uranium Resources Inc. 175 up 4, almost 5 million shares traded. Had a nice open, but it kind of got weak at the end of the day here. Broke its 52-week high, which it did yesterday. This is an okay looking chart in the short term, but if you look at the long term chart, it looks even more interesting. Uranium property, I think they have in situ production of some uranium and with exploration, and they announced today Uranium Resources signs letter of intent for exploration agreement with Cameco Resources. So they're the major uranium explorer in the world to explore Texas properties. So looking at their long-term chart is also interesting, because you'll see that this company, and it's been around for a while here. Now, when uranium was hot, it shot well above $10, blew up with the market, and maybe there's a build here. You're going to want to see it get through this peak here first before you're going to know. But nice news flow and good volume, so we're going to keep an eye on that one. So anyway, that's about it for today. Do your homework, trade safely. We'll talk to you soon. Guru Trader videos and tweets are daily snapshots of 5 to 7 very active small and microcap stocks from all North American stock exchanges. We simply track stocks that are trading up significantly on news or making new highs on very high volume without any further consideration of company fundamentals. The point is to save time by focusing on only those stocks that are moving right now. Guru Trader symbols come from filtering market movers and from subjective observations. Our software cross-references today's volume actives, percent gainers, and dollar gainers, which are filtered down to just lower price stocks. We then look at each stock's charts for apparent uptrends and news headlines for obvious one-day only events to exclude, like a buyout, or for longer-term growth-related news like financials, drill results, patent approvals, etc. to include. This is similar to how many traders look for new stocks as a starting point for further research with their financial and investment advisors. This is not an advisory service, and conflicts may exist as we sometimes take positions, or featured stocks may have bought online advertising or IR support services. Any content published by Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer is subject to the terms of our privacy policy and disclaimer at investorsguru.com. For our other small cap stock channels, follow Twitter's Guru Trader tweet in real time on your PC or mobile device at twitter.com/investorsguru. Subscribe to watch YouTube's Investors Guru video channel at youtube.com/investorsguru. Search Investors Guru at facebook.com and add us as a friend to see our videos, tweets, etc. that are all synced to post on our wall. It's free to sign up at investorsguru.com stock community for comprehensive quotes, newsletters, profiles, forums, etc., or to update your portfolio, watch list, alerts, and news by email preferences. Thanks for watching.